Burnout is a workplace problem, not just an employee problem. Yes, there are things we can do individually to manage, overcome, or prevent burnout, but organizations also need to look at the systemic aspects that impact burnout. Let's talk about what I mean. When we talk about the systems, right? It's the systems, yes, within the organization, but it's also the systems that the organizations have to work within. So in the healthcare field, we have to deal with insurance, we have to deal with laws. Those all impacted as well. And so when we're talking about those systemic factors that impact employee burnout, what I'm talking about are these unspoken expectations of work more hours, but we're going to pay you less. See more clients and figure out how to do your paperwork on your own time. You see, companies expect employees to do the work of one person or more, but what is reasonable? This has false perceptions, and this is why burnout is a systemic issue at workplaces, not just an individual issue. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But first, I want to touch on why self-care alone on the individual level doesn't fix burnout completely, because it doesn't fix what's broken in the workplace system, right? Self-care is about an individual. And I applaud any individual who prioritizes their self-care, who uses their time off all the time, because I've also heard leaders who are very cynical about employees who actually use their time off, even though the company provides it. We need to applaud people and support them for that, because that's them trying to do their part to not be burnt out. But I do think workplaces need some new systems and structures and ways to function to prevent burnout. Part of that starts with the toxic leadership that fuels burnout. I've been in it. I've been one of those leaders unintentionally, and I don't want to see it continue, but it is all over the place. Because toxic leaders are the ones who micromanage and don't trust, which puts undue burden and unrealistic expectations on the employee. Right? Burnt out or toxic leaders don't have boundaries themselves. They think, I work 80 hours a week, so can my employees. No, because nobody should work 80 hours a week, at least not all the time. These are the leaders who tend to prioritize work over personal life. They don't have any balance. They don't even know how to find that or to define it. Always setting those unrealistic expectations. And I get it. You're trying to keep an organization running, keep it thriving, and financially viable and sustainable. But at what cost? Toxic leaders also don't respect the opinions of the employees, even though the employee is the one doing the work. They were hired for a job, and if they were trusted and respected to have an opinion, work culture might change. So did you know the real reasons professionals, specifically healthcare professionals, are quitting? They quit because they don't feel seen and heard by leadership. They quit because they feel like they're expected to live at work and not allowed to have their personal life. They fear setting boundaries. They have a strong desire for a healthy work-life balance. And many are quitting because of burnout. If you took a poll in your organization, an anonymous one, because that's the only way you're going to get real feedback. And if you have 50% who say they're in a state of burnout, I will almost guarantee half of that number is already looking for a new job. They're not going to stay if they're in a place that perpetuates burnout. And the biggest signs your workplace is burning people out, you'll see it because everybody is negative or cynical. People quit socializing and they start isolating in their offices. Or maybe you're having people who don't usually get sick and now they're sick all the time and constantly taking extra time off. That's a sign because burnout affects our physical health. Are you seeing more people quit on the spot without advance notice? I hear this all the time. It's not what I normally do, but I just couldn't do it anymore. These are signs we've got to make a change systemically and organizationally. So, how can leaders take real action against burnout? First, it starts with treating them as a human who have an opinion and listen to what they say. Don't get down on them negatively, respectfully listen to what they have to say. They will share it if they don't fear retaliation, but feel support. They need to feel that support. They need to be treated as part of the team with ideas that actually work. They might give you an idea that will accomplish what you're looking for, but 10 times better with a tenfold return. You never know when you don't listen and ask. And as leaders, we need to positively reinforce employees for taking time off, not punish them, not talk negatively about them. We probably, as leaders, because we're not very good at showing what we tell people, we usually do the opposite. Maybe we need to take a page from our employees and take that time off, but we need to support them. They earn that time off and they need it to keep doing the job that you need them to do.